I'm being way too easy on you guys. There is no, hey guys, it's Clint. None of that today. We're looking at this. So why in the world, when I put up 2 polls here, who would you give up for Ben Simmons with a sample size of 501 votes? So that's a pretty good sample size. We have DJ at 13%, but Derrick White at 31%. With you would give up no one at 47%. You might as well just say 50-50. If Lonnie and DJ weren't on here, I'm pretty sure you guys would just go 50-50. Like, what is going on with Spurs fans right now? And then when you scroll up, who will be the guy this season? Of course, I'm not expecting Derrick White to be like 30% here, but 8%. 8%. Okay, I'm starting to really believe that Spurs fans are starting to become the type of fans that are just reactionary. You know, those fans that just go off of hype or who they like the most, because that's really what it's starting to feel like. If you remember, even Avery Johnson was a guy that was underrated coming into the league. Avery Johnson, Scottie Pippen. I have an article here, right, just proving it. He never got a single Division I basketball scholarship, Avery Johnson, and neither did Derrick White. And I understand that Derrick White doesn't have necessarily the personality to be fun to root for, I guess. I understand that. I understand he had a few injuries, but this is just blasphemy. If you've been paying attention at all, even Bubble White, but even if you go before that, if we're talking about when he had to lead the team all season long, he was that guy. He was hitting clutch shots for us. He was taking all the charges, which he still does. He was literally bleeding on the court. There were plays where he was bleeding from the head because he was playing so hard. Like, this guy is, when you talk about Manu Ginobili-esque, he has that type of heart. The fact that he'll just throw his body out there. That's why he's injured all the time. But I can't believe that people are so quick to just count out Derrick White. Now, I got a few points here that I wrote down. So I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I tried not to talk about Derrick White too much because obviously you guys know I'm a Derrick White stan, and I try my best not to be biased, okay? I'm trying my best, but you guys are out of line. I have to be the one to go ahead and stick up for my boy Derrick White. So here's some of my my notes here. All right, so he's the first one on the floor when something's going down. So if the ball is on the floor and you need a loose ball, he's the first one there. He's and I know this one's gonna really trigger you, okay? This one's gonna trigger alert. Derrick White is the best defender on the team. Now, right off the bat, people might say that's blasphemy. It's DeJounte Murray. It's Jakob Poeltl. It's Keldon Johnson. Trust me, he is the best defender on the team. His basketball IQ as far as defense is so high. Even if he's lacking some of the physical ability, his IQ is so high on defense, it causes him to be the best defender on the team. Now, that's not saying that, oh, he's like, it's not saying like he's here or he's up here and then DeJounte Murray's down there. No. It could be nip for neck. Like they could be very close, but I'm putting my money on Derrick White being the best defender on the team. Like, everything that I've seen from him over the years has suggested to me that he's the best defender on the team. Now, another thing about him as well, and just going off of that defense, is one thing that people forget is the fact that when he had to start for us that season, he was our defender. He was our Kawhi Leonard. He was guarding everybody. He guarded Kawhi well. He guarded James Harden well. He guarded Westbrook well. He was murdering. He was playing exceptionally well. So this whole notion that he's not a great defender anymore or he's not top tier, he's top tier. He's very top tier. And I think that if you don't think that, then you just haven't been watching a lot of basketball, which I won't fault a lot of Spurs fans for, because I know it's really hard to watch the Spurs when they're losing all the time, okay? It's really hard, but you just have to trust me on that. Another thing that I put, and I said this a little bit briefly, kind of, in a way, he takes charges. He takes a lot of charges. He's like top of the league, one of the top players who takes charges, especially on our team. And then another thing is, he is the best facilitator we've had since Tony Parker. Okay, he is the best facilitator that we had since Tony Parker. If you guys recall, if you remember, actually, when DeJounte Murray came back, the season after, and we made him the starter, it was a little bit of drama going on with San Antonio because LaMarcus Aldridge came out and he said, yeah, Derrick White just knows our spots. He just knows, how to feed it to us. He knows how to give us the ball. And a lot of drama. And I won't go into all the drama, but it was a few things where it was very apparent that DJ wasn't very happy with that, the direction that we were kind of going in with that. And they started Derrick White for a little while after that. And the reason being is because he is a prime facilitator. Another thing too, and I know that this is going to be like kind of a cop-out, but Derrick White is Spurs way, literally. Like the fact that they told him, hey, Derrick White, we kind of need you to come off the bench. Can you just come off the bench, maybe be a shooting guard? I mean, I know you played point guard for the majority of your duration here, but can you just, and he said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And he did it well. I don't understand it. Now, if you really don't want to believe me and you just want to look at stats alone, hey, I don't even have to go into Derrick White, last couple seasons when he started majority of the time, or when DeJounte Murray was injured. We don't have to go through that. If you want to just compare, and this is not me just harping on, oh, DJ's awesome, okay? DJ's a phenomenal player, okay? He is. But when I look at their stats here, I mean, am I crazy in here in saying that it's not that different, like at all? Like at all? If you look at points, I mean, it's about the same. Assists, DeJounte has 2 more, but he starts. 3-point percentage, Derrick White's higher. Free throw percentage, Derrick White's higher. And then games played, games started. I mean, last season, Derrick White only played half the games. And then minutes, DJ's had more minutes. Like, their stats aren't that off. That's what I don't understand. That's the part that I don't get. In the last 5 games that Derrick White played, he averaged nearly 20 points. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I know that he's been injured, but it seems like a little bit more of that, more than that. It seems more of, I'm not believing in him because he's not loud. I don't understand him. You don't see a lot of interviews from him. You don't see a lot of social media interactions with Derrick White. It just feels to me more like he's in the background and we're going to just ignore him. And fun fact, guys, he's been ignored his entire career. Ever since starting basketball, he's been ignored. So I just wish that Spurs fans didn't get wrapped into this, because I always felt like we were a fan base that was better than this. Derrick White is very good, exceptionally good. I just don't understand it. I'm upset, man. I'm upset. I don't know what else to, I'm upset. This is my point guard, man. And I understand that he's not fun to me, he's fun to watch, but I know that he's kind of that OG type of Spurs player where he's not really fun on social media. He's not really fun personality. I understand it. I understand that he's quiet. I know he doesn't have the look. I mean, look at him. He doesn't have the look. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, he has the most heart. Or no one, I won't say the most heart. I will say there's no one in the NBA that has more heart than Derrick White. I've seen enough of him. I watched him play for a very long time now. And even if we're looking at the stats, he's only gotten better over the years. And I remember even 2017, 2018, this season, I was pleading for the Spurs to play him. I mean, I was just pleading for them to play him. And as you can see, year after year, he's only gotten better. And I understand that injuries play a part, but injuries shouldn't make this big of a difference to the point where we're saying we would give up Derrick White over basically the other young pieces of the team for Ben Simmons. I just don't understand it. It doesn't make sense statistic wise. It doesn't make sense with just the eye test and just watch him play. It doesn't make sense when compared to other players on the team. It just overall does not make sense. He can posterize you. He can play phenomenal defense. He can play exceptionally well offense. He can pass the ball at a high top tier degree. I just don't understand it. And on top of it, he's clutch. I said all this before, man. It just feels like I'm on a broken record at this point. I don't know what else to say. I'm just upset. And this is a long rant. I understand. I know that people probably don't want to hear this, but come on, guys. Come on. Don't treat him like Avery Johnson. Yes, give him the credit that he deserves, okay? Can we do that? Okay. I'll give it to you guys later. Oh, shameless plug. I don't know. I'm upset. This video went on way too long. I usually don't rant like this. Usually I just get to the point and we move on about our lives. But man, this just really upset me. So yeah. So if you want to become a patron, link below the screen. Yeah, I'll look at stuff. You want to become. Hey, we got 16 patrons now. Yay. Okay, if you want to be a patron, yeah, link in the description. All right. I'll give it to you guys later, man. I don't know. Get your act together, Spurs. Okay, Spurs fans, get your act together.